Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. We are so excited to have our transformational empowerment coach and personal development mentor joining us here at ReDiscover Joy. Welcome to the show, Laura. How are you today?
Good. Hi, Jill. And thank you so much for having me here on your podcast. I'm so thrilled to be here.
Well, it is a pleasure to have you. So first and foremost, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your company and what you have to offer.
So thank you for the question. I'm a transformational empowerment coach and a personal development mentor, as you mentioned. And my company, ReDiscover Joy, is all about helping individuals, especially women over 30, 40, and 50.
Yeah, that's me.
Navigate life toughest transitions. Well, whether you're recovering from a job loss or finding your footing after an end of a long marriage or short marriage or a relationship, or just feeling stuck in the middle of life and wondering what's next, then I'm here to guide my clients rediscover their authentic selves and building a life with purpose and joy.
Beautiful. And I know we're going to talk a little about your AAA Life Reset approach in just a sec. I want to find out, though, for those listening, how they can reach you. Tell us the website, phone number, email, social media. How would you like people to contact you?
My best contact is rediscoverjoy.ca, which is my website. However, I am active on Instagram at re_discoverjoy and on Facebook at discoverjoy40. And my email is rediscoverjoy.ca@gmail.com. But I offer 15 minutes free discovery call on my website, and it's easy to book, and we get to know each other and see if we are a fit there. So
beautiful. Thank you so much. All right. Well, let's get started and talk a little bit about this approach, right? The AAAs. Tell us what this is all about.
So at the core of what I do is what I call my AAA Life Reset approach, which is built on three powerful pillars. One is awareness. This is where everything begins. You need to understand what's holding you back first, and then realize, is it fear? Is it just old beliefs, or simply the lack of clarity about what you truly want? And second, it's action. Inspiration without action is just daydreaming. I help my clients to take small, meaningful steps towards the change in life. And I have a process called LIFE, LIFE, which focuses on challenging the limiting beliefs, identifying values and goals, and shifting mindsets. And then, based on my project management background, creating smart, value-driven plans. Then the third A is from accountability.
Got it.
This is the glue that holds it all together, because change is not easy. But with consistent support, resilience, and a clear plan, I truly believe transformation becomes possible. So if I'm taking one moment to take about the AAA moment, because here's the thing, change requires readiness. It's like addiction recovery.
Mm-hmm.
You can only move forward when you're ready to acknowledge that you're ready to acknowledge where you are, accept that you need to change, and then commit to action. We scroll through Instagram all day. We can say motivational posts. We can binge watch self-help videos on YouTube. But real transformation, I think that requires effort, dedication, and the willingness to really to step into that uncomfortable moment.
Oh, I love
So
this.
In my work, my sessions, I'm combining a neuro-linguistic
Yeah.
programming, probably you know it as NLP, to
Mm-hmm.
help you shift the limiting beliefs, then mindfulness practices to stay present and grounded, and then positive psychology to just build on your strengths. Uh, that's why my work isn't just, like surface level fixes. I combine them
Mm-hmm.
all. I integrate the techniques of powerful questions.
Okay.
Probably coaching is all about the right questions,
Mm-hmm.
and they are aiming at discovering your why.
Yep.
Then after you know why you have to change, or why you're doing this, your vision, and then your goals with the tools that I have in my toolbox. I can talk about a little bit about a few of the tools, main ones. I do have a variety of them, but just to mention there, it's all customized towards your goal and your personality. Some of us, we have different kind of personalities. We are more adept to other things. So I talk to you, I assess where you are in life and what fits best your needs.
Beautiful. Integrating these powerful questions, as you say, really helps you discover your why. You say your vision, your goals. Oh my goodness. And, we'll talk more a little bit about the NLP, of course, if you don't mind. I would love to hear more about that. And we'll continue. I just want to remind everyone who we're talking to and how we can reach you, darling. Rediscoverjoy.ca.
.ca.
And you're working with people all over the world, right?
I do. I am located in Canada, hence the .ca. However, a few of my clients are all over the globe, so including Japan and the US. So we are all in one little room, this Zoom room.
Beautiful. Well, I love having you here so far. Let's continue. Where do we leave off? There's still so much to get through.
All right. So one of the tools, like I said, it's NLP
Yes.
and well-informed outcomes.
Okay.
So let me just start by giving our listeners a brief orientation on NLP.
Yeah.
Neuro-linguistic programming is the study of language, thoughts, and behavior patterns, and how they influence our experiences and the results.
Yeah.
So it helps us reprogram our mind to achieve the desired outcomes, um, just by changing how we think and obviously how we communicate. So if I can go a little bit further, NLP bridges the connection between how we think, hence neural,
Mm-hmm.
how we communicate, linguistic, and then behave, programming.
Got it.
So it helps us identify patterns and make intentional changes to achieve our goals.
Okay.
So let me explain how a well-informed outcome looks like.
All right.
So it needs clarity, because a clear, specific goal is easier to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Then it needs positive framing. So the goals should focus on what you want and not what you're avoiding.
Ooh, this is good.
And then it's a sensory engagement.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to engage all your senses to make your goals feel real, right? So
Yeah.
an example, an unclear goal would be, I don't want to procrastinate, like
Yeah.
me. But a well-formed outcome would be,
Mm-hmm.
I complete tasks promptly, feeling confident and in control.
Mm.
So it's a total different feeling when you're saying that to yourself, because this is about how you talk to yourself and your own thoughts and your own emotions and your own feelings. And hence, after that, the actions that you're going to take. So that's
Ah,
one way of dealing with this. Then, as part of NLP, I use the aligning goals with values and ecology. And let me explain. So,
sure, sure.
goals align with personal values, motivate us because they resonate with who we truly are, right? Ecology ensures that the goal, it benefits all aspects of your life. So, for example, achieving career success shouldn't come at all cost of health and family. So
Okay.
if you have the value family connection, then the goal should be, I want to grow my business
Yes.
while ensuring I spend quality time with my children every evening. If you have children, if not, with my friends or with my family or whoever it's dear to you, it's just making sure it's in context and you are not affecting everyone around you in a negative way based on your goals.
True. Okay. Good to know. I agree. I have a
Does it
seven and a
make
9-year-old.
sense?
I agree. Yeah. Uh-huh. I get it.
All right, all right. And then one more common way, of dealing with this, it's breaking down the goals and using the SMART principles. I'm sure everyone is familiar with specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. I use that in business for 25 years, so
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure everyone heard about that. So an example would be a goal is, I want to write a book. A smart goal, though, would be, I will write a 60,000 word novel by spending 1 hour daily writing for 6 months and complete the first draft by July 31st.
Got it. Yeah.
So it takes you to the details, and then you have a plan. And then when we work together, we can keep with that plan and we can talk about where we are and how we can adjust the way to get there. I have like I said before, I have a few other tools, but I don't think that we have time to talk about all of them. And if we have time, maybe I can talk a little bit later into how this A approach connects.
Sure, sure. I know we have a lot to talk
To-
about. I'm excited that you're here because you say, look, you're not just cheering, you on, you're holding them accountable too. So I love all this. And I want to also talk a little bit about you and get to know you. Would you mind sharing a little bit about of your journey? I want to hear about how you got your start in all this.
Well, my journey to life coaching was not exactly a linear thing, but when I look back, I feel it all makes sense now. I started my career as a manager and trainer. So leadership to me has always been like a form of coaching. It's all about inspiring people, helping them grow, and sometimes challenging them to step out of their comfort zone. So on the other hand, training is more teaching specific skills, which I also loved. What tied the two of them together was my passion to create one-on-one experiences and make them personalized, and see how that truly makes a difference in someone's life. So over the years, I built that foundation with leadership courses, business certifications, programs on mentoring and coaching. But coaching basically is coaching. It's just the context of how we do it, where we do it, changes. So whether it's in the corporate world or personal growth, the essence is the same. Helping people discover their strengths and take meaningful action. And my role is obviously to keep you accountable to take those actions. So as a manager, I got fantastic results. I help people land promotions, step into leadership roles. And here, there's a small joke I always make sometimes: leave the job altogether because it wasn't the right fit for them. So maybe not what the company wanted, but I believe in people first leadership. So if someone is in the right role, it's better for everyone, including the company, to find where they can truly thrive. And then it's a win-win. the company gets a person who really fits in there, and the person gets to be in a place where they feel they belong. And then, of course, productivity and happiness will be better for everyone.
Oh, I love it.
Eventually, after management, I tried a few years project management in the high pressure world of advertising. And because I love organizing, planning, and leading, I felt it's the right way to go, but something was missing.
Yeah.
I felt there's something else out there for me. So then I feel like life just hit me with a wake-up call.
Mm-hmm.
Within weeks, my 27 years marriage ended.
Oh.
Then I lost my job. So I felt like the rug was just pulled out
Yeah.
under me. But it was that specific moment when I realized that this is my chance to rebuild. So that's when I decided to pivot completely. I started to rediscover joy, and I aligned my life with what truly matters to me. So now I get to coach amazing clients and help them uncover their own path to fulfillment. And I admit it's the best decision I ever made.
Oh, thank you for sharing all this. Congratulations. My
Thank
goodness.
you.
Right, we all have our journeys and we all have our paths. And it's like, this is so exciting. You said you get it and, you feel that, life sometimes is throwing everything at you at once, right? But
Yep.
end of a marriage, job loss, all those things for sure. And you know what? It's something we all go through. And don't think you're immune to it. Like, unfortunately, life is not always positive and good, but there's going to be times where things kind of, for lack of a better word, kind of tank or go downhill. But you're saying you can get this joy back. We can rediscover our joy. We can break it all down with our awareness, our action. We can get back to where we want to be, right? That's what matters.
100%.
Yay! And hold on, before we continue, I just want people to reach out to you the right way. Rediscoverjoy.ca. You're based
.ca.
out of Toronto, but you're working with clients all over the world with NLP. Again, this is neuro linguistic programming, positive psychology, as you mentioned, to focus your strengths and your mindfulness techniques like daily meditation to keep you grounded. So excited that you're here. And again, go right to the website to book your discovery call. Oh my goodness. And now it's the new year. What better time, right? What better time
Exactly.
is this? I agree. And again, it's a free call too. So I love hearing, people, oh, well, maybe it's free. You have nothing to lose. Reach out, rediscover
Exactly.
you and your own joy. All right. We still got 9 minutes left in the show, but I want to make sure we are covering everything. We're on a roll here. Excited to have you. Do you want to share some more obstacles? Do you want to, what's next?
Yes, one of the biggest challenges I faced, if I can share with the listeners, I'm sure some can resonate with me, was not believing in myself.
Yeah.
So, or more likely, not liking myself for who I was.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought I can do more. I should do more. And in some ways, I was doing it, checking all those boxes, climbing the ladder. But the catch was I was constantly pushing myself and silently judging others who seemed to take life a little easier. I don't know if it's that classic Eastern European mindset I grew up with. Work hard, don't complain, and prove your worth through sheer effort.
Mm-hmm.
Being new to Canada at a young age only added to that pressure. So I felt like I had to justify my place here, to be the best, to say yes to every challenge, to never show weakness. And delegation, forget it. I thought everything had to be done by me and done perfectly. So what saved me were the mentors who saw something in me that
Yeah.
I just could not see in myself. And that's what a coach usually does and helps you with. Because I remember thinking, what if I'm not good enough for this? But they kept pushing, and little by little, I started to recognize the strengths I'd taken for granted. And the biggest transformation, though, came when I realized that my worth was not tied to how much I achieved or how perfect I could be. It was a tough mindset to unlearn, and it did not happen overnight. It was a gradual shift, but it happened. So, another one, probably very common to a lot of women in the working environment with families, was finding balance. I did not even know I lost it, though. So many of the people around me were struggling with the same thing, burnout, overwork, chasing success, making more money, that it felt normal. So I threw myself so deeply into work that I forgot who I was outside of that. It took about 7 jobs and the end of a 27 years marriage to wake me up. Looking back, I can see now that I was chasing those accomplishments to prove something to myself, or maybe to just avoid the reality of my personal life, or to prove something to others. But I was not doing it with joy. That's for sure. So the turning point came when I decided to stop external validation and start focusing on what made me happy. Not easy, still struggling there, still working on that. But that's when everything shifted, and I started exploring mindfulness, meditation, and NLP, and they all helped me to reconnect with myself deep down. And these tools are just here to, like I said, challenge the limiting beliefs, and we have many, and to just find clarity.
Oh my goodness. Well, we love this. And I hope, this resonates with you out there, because now is the time to take action, take responsibility. And I appreciate you, sharing your own personal stories, your ups, your highs, your lows, right? And, it's great, because I love that, you hear people, really once you start tuning into what you really want, you can get. And, sometimes people say, well, I want money. I want to be rich. I want to win the lotto. Maybe it's
No.
not right. Maybe there's more to life than that, because when we pass, there's you don't take anything with you, right? So let's focus on what's truly making us happy, right?
And not only that, I think that at one point you reach, I promise you, I had all the boxes from outside. Someone who was looking in would see, like, I checked them all, and happiness was not there. It's not about that. It's how you love yourself, and how, because of that, you interact with the others, with your exterior, with the people around you, with the things around you, with your experiences, with life in general. So it's not just about how much money do I have in my account.
No, it's not. Oh my goodness. I love this. Now, let me just ask about your programs, how people are working with you. I mean, is it different for everyone? Or are we like, these are one-on-one sessions? How often do you meet? Do you talk? Could you explain a little bit about that?
Yes, of course. So it's one-on-one sessions. I believe in the connection that you get by talking one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like losing weight. It
Yeah.
cannot be one session. If you want one session, I'm working on some free content, some leave behinds that I can share with you, and you can just download those, and you have the list of the things that you should do. But it's
Mm-hmm.
not about that. It's the connection that we create, and we start talking and bringing down a list of the things that need to change on a day-to-day basis. And then, like I mentioned, that list of goals align with your values, that maybe sometimes are just deep down hidden somewhere, or maybe you already know them. It's just that you are not able to take action day to day until you form new habits. And then that connection, and for me, would be you're responsible for taking the action, and I would be
Yeah.
there to, from time to time, check on you. We would discuss more, if need be, adjust or see why you could not meet those commitments.
Yeah.
Is it because you just couldn't, or you procrastinated, or you had an excuse, reason to not keep your word for what we promised to do together? And then it's just keeping in touch. I say the shortest time I've ever worked with someone with some progress, it's about 3 months. But I say more than 6 months will definitely show you real change.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing all this. Unfortunately, we're just about out of time. So how did you want to end off for your listeners and your viewers today? And then, of course, let's reestablish how we can contact you. Thank you.
So I want to finish with a quote that it's inspiring me and always has been. What you think you become, what you feel you attract, and what you imagine you create. When I first encountered this quote by Buddha, I realized it was something I had been living by without even fully realizing it. And I've always been an optimistic person, but at the time, I didn't fully understand the power of my own thoughts and feelings. So if you're feeling stuck or unsure about the future, remember this. Shift your mindset, focus on the positive, and imagine the life you truly want. You will be amazed at what starts to unfold.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And I use my vision boards. I don't know if you do that. Some people journal. There's all different ways, and I'm sure you'll teach us more. All right, but we got to go. So remind us one more time how we contact you.
ReDiscoverJoy.ca. There's a free discovery call that you can book with me. We will talk, we will align, and then we can start from there.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. You have a fantastic day. Thank you. And to all of our listeners and viewers, stay tuned. Hopefully we'll chat again soon. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
You too. And Happy New Year, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.